Hello beautiful, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my monthly ranking, or like something I do every now and then. Usually once a month I come back and I let you know about the things that I have been reviewing this past month, let you know which things have been working out and which things are absolute duds that you can definitely be skipping over. Basically just sharing my final thoughts about things that I have been reviewing this past month. 3-5 weeks ish. So if you're interested in that, do stay tuned. You know, at first impression is all fine and dandy, but I want to let you know how did these things work out in the long run. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I'm such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty makeup related, especially things that are a little bit colorful, which you might see in this ranking right here. But I also have been trying so many face products lately, and we have some really good ones and some really bad ones to talk about. But if you want to see some more makeup in your timeline, don't forget to subscribe because I upload 5 videos every week. And I did try a hair crimper for the first time in a really long time. I did film this look, it should already be live, trying some new drugstore makeup, and I also did try a hair crimper. I will leave a link to the one that I'm using. I actually bought like the most affordable one that I could find at Ulta, so I will leave a link to that down below, probably in a pinned comment actually, because I will be putting all the things that I'm going to be reviewing and ranking in the description box. If you're wondering about any of these things, all the info is going to be in the description box. Okay, I actually have, let me actually put this to the side, driving me bonkers. Listen, great hair, it's all fine and dandy, but then I'm just like, no, put it to the side. This month, I have so many duds. So many things where I'm like, no, we didn't need that. We didn't need that at all. I have to put at the absolute bottom position, I have to put the Pacifica bronzer. This is a Sun Dreams bronze. I got mine in medium. It's actually called Secret. It dried up. It dried up. This is dry. I mean, some comes off, but it's not creamy. I used it once and it dried up, and I didn't even like it before it was dried up. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This was money literally thrown into a lake. Like, you don't need this. If you are looking for a good cream bronzer that's actually from the drugstore and that I actually enjoy, check the pinned comment and see what cream bronzer I have on today. I was pleasantly surprised by how good this was, and I was kind of surprised by how bad this was. What was going on here? The second thing that I want to say that I'm very disappointed by are these liners, these hot liners by Kosas. I got one that acts like it's already expired, even though this is a new release straight out of the gate. So I have two shades. I have Max and Wow. Wow, it's okay. This also smells expired now. Yeah, these smell... You know what I said that the Kosas bronzer smelled like old French fries? These smell like fat that has gone bad, rancid fat. And the light one, the one that is called Max, it was all like dry and crumbly and tuggy the first time I used it. The red one behaved okay, but it's like, why do you have a formulation that doesn't even survive until it gets to me? Like, this is a new release and it's already gone rancid even before it reaches the customers. Like, reformulate. Like, please throw this away and reformulate. This was bad. Then we have this one. You can make this work, but I don't understand this product. Same here. I think that something went wrong with the formulation, because this is the glitter pill, like liquid glitter liner from Half Magic Beauty. And I think the other products that I tried from Half Magic Beauty I really liked. I was very impressed by how easy it is to work with liquid shadows, both the mattes and the shimmers. I thought that those were great. This one is just water and there is glitter in here, but the thing is that this is so watery that the glitter has nothing to adhere to. There's nothing gel-like about this one. The glitter just separates and gets stuck to the walls, and it doesn't come off on the applicator. It is just water. It's this is a bad formulation. I don't think, even when you shake it up, you don't get it on, it doesn't come out of the tube. This is like a snow globe. You can shake it up and you can look at it, but there's no function to this one. I don't think that is a good formulation either. Pass. Next one that I just think the marketing is a bit wrong, and I feel sad for falling for this marketing, and this is the Huda Beauty Silk Balm Icy. She released the icy and the hot, spicy, fiery, toasty, something with warm, and that was supposed to be the warm like plumping sensation. This was supposed to be a cooling plumping sensation, and I just do not agree. I don't think that this is a cooling sensation at all. If it is a cooling sensation, it is definitely camouflaged by how much it hurts. All I can think about is how it feels like my lips are about to fall off. This is medieval torture device. I do not do these kind of plumpers that are painful. I thought that this was going to be one of those cooling plumpers that just with menthol, you know, makes your lip feel and look a little plumper, but like with a cooling minty menthol sensation. No, this stings, and it stings a lot, and I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. And also it says that it's supposed to smell like blue raspberry, but it just smells like a vinaigrette. I don't, if you like a lip plumper that hurts, I think you would like this. Probably. I just feel like the marketing was a little bit off. I don't know why it's called icy. Maybe it is cooling. I just can't tell behind the veils of why are you hurting my lips so much. Now we're coming into things that I could probably make work. I just have things that I prefer more. These are the Haus Labs liquid eyeshadows, high power pigment paints. These are a little sheer. And if I'm gonna work with mattes, I want them to be more opaque than this. I use these as base, like a colored base, and then I build shadow on top, and for that it works. Or this one I'll use to cut my crease to just mask a little bit like the color underneath. But on its own, I don't think that this is pigmented enough to be like a matte eyeshadow. I would have wanted this to be a little bit more pigmented for it to work as they intended to work, I guess. But as a primer, sure. It dries a little fast though, but as a liquid eyeshadow, not for me. Oh, and then we have the e.l.f. bronzer. This is okay. It's not dried out like the Pacifica ones already. It's doing better. This actually works, and it's not just like brown plastic. This is a good color for me. I have it in, wait, no, someone told me that it's on the side. Honey Drip. I have mine in Honey Drip. The color is perfectly fine. I feel like it's a little bit too stiff. And unlike the bronzer that I have on today, that is very emollient and buildable and creamy and easy to blend, this is a little tuggy. This is one of those things, if this was the only bronzer in my collection, I'd make it work. But now that I have so many other things in my collection, and I even have things from the drugstore or affordable things that I think work better than this, I'm gonna put it somewhere at the bottom because it's like, this isn't by far the best cream bronzer on the market. There's even more cream bronzers here at the bottom. This is a preference, ladies and gentlemen, this is a preference. We're coming into the Makeup by Mario products. I'm gonna put them both here at the same space. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I have mine in medium. It has like a frosted thing. And this is a balm, and this is a Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector. This is also in medium. I don't know the point of these. I feel like these are a little sticky. This is looking pretty good on the skin, if I'm gonna be honest. It looks fairly nice, but this one is sticky and I need to set it with this one. So it turns into being a 2-product step for something that still looks like a 1-product step. And I don't mind sitting down and doing my makeup, but it's like, what was the point? Because I can't use this as an all-over powder. I can use it as a setting this bronzer, and then I can use it as a little very effortless soft glam, or is that even highlight on my cheekbones, which could be nice. But for me, I don't see a purpose for these in my collection. There's nothing about these that warrant the extra step, because I need to set this balm. This balm is sheer, and on me it's sticky, and I've said this before, I cannot do a sticky face. Flies will catch on, stuff, like I have 4 pets. I cannot do a sticky face, like it's a nightmare. So for me, these were just I don't know who you are for, but I don't think you're for me kind of a product. This is gonna be the last product in this category that's like meh for me, but this is a personal preference because I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with the LYS bronzer. For me, I just feel like it's a little too pigmented. And I hear people sometimes talking about cream products or talking about bronzers and they're like, oh, it's so pigmented, I love it. And I'm the opposite. I'm like, oh, that's too pigmented. I prefer something to be less pigmented and instead buildable because I don't want my bronzers to, I don't need that. I want something that's a little bit more sheer, buildable, and it's very blendable. It's very creamy, but so little go a long way. And if you paint with the stick directly, you're gonna get too much product. Even when I use it with a brush like this, I still feel like I get a little too much product. I feel like this is just, it's a little bit too pigmented for me, for my personal liking. But I've seen others review this one that's like ecstatic about the fact how pigmented it is. So I think this is just a matter of preference. If you listen to this and you're like, oh, we're really pigmented bronzers, sign me up. Get it, definitely. It's not a bad product, it's just not my personal preference. Now we're getting into products that I think are good, and I have been reaching for them more than these other products, but they're not going to be staples or favorites in my collection. And the first one is actually this Reflective Light Putty Highlighter by Nyqvist Cosmetics. The more I use this, the more I realize that the biggest difference between this one, and I'm actually wearing a Super Shock highlighter by Colourpop, these have a similar, when you touch them, they have a similar feeling to them. This one, it enhances texture, and this one does not, on me, at least this color. This one that is in, well, it's in Star Power. So I feel like if I go overboard with this one, it looks very texturized, and I don't mind that. Listen, I understand that if I'm using highlighter, I am gonna get some texture. I'm not born yesterday, I understand that. But for some reason, this accentuates even more texture than my other putty highlighters. So for that reason, I don't think this is going to be an absolute favorite for me. Are there any of these products that I've gotten in PR? I think I bought all of these. Yeah, so far I bought all of these products. The next one is going to be the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzer. I feel like this one is a decent bronzer. I got mine in Isla del Sol. I have others in my collection that I like more than I like this one. Still think it's good. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with this. It just didn't like wow me like some of the products in the future did. But it's nice. It's way better than the bronzer. This one is actually like a decent product according to me. Maybe one of the reasons why this isn't like an absolute favorite for me is that I can't really get my, I like to put on cream blushes with my finger, and this one I wish it was in a pan or in a stick. Just being in a pot makes it a little hard for me, and this is definitely a personal preference. Let's talk about the Essence Make Beauty Fun Highlighter. This packaging is really taking, like, it's very sharp corners, it's not luxurious, it's kind of hard to open. Send help, help! Okay, I got it open. No, I didn't. Wait, hold. Oh, there you go. It's a really pretty highlighter. I really like it. It only comes in one color though, so for that reason it's like, but it's a really nice warm gold, it meets in a little pinky champagne, and then there's a nice blush topper up here that's like a pinky, like corally sheen that looks really beautiful on top of your cheekbones. It's a nice highlighter. I think this is really good. I like this more actually than I like the Jaclyn one. This doesn't accentuate like any texture, but I can't put it any higher because it did come in one color. I do think that this is probably, it says smooth highlighter with gradient effect to mix and match your perfect shade, but still it's only one shade. And I don't know if this is a formula that they've had before, but it's like, it's one shade. I don't know. Is this a special limited edition? Like, and they have this formula in other shades? I'm not 100% sure. I like it, but I don't love the packaging, and I think it's a really good highlighter. Is it going to be my absolute favorite highlighter? No, there is a highlighter that's going to be very much up there that I've been reaching for so much this last period of time. This one I've been using together with like when I'm doing full face of drugstore or trying more like affordable options, so I like it, but it's not an absolute favorite. This one I really like, and I think that this is one of those that I'm going to be wearing a lot, and I do recommend this one a lot, but the reason why this isn't a favorite for me is that this is a little bit too dewy for me. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is so similar to the Charlotte Tilbury's Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. So similar. They have a similar gel-like dewy texture. They don't 100% dry down. They look a little bit glowy on the skin without being too sticky. And I will say the longevity of them are pretty similar as well, which is, if you're like me, having a, now that I'm living in Texas, I would say I'm normal to oily in my T-zone kind of a bitch. And this does not hold up the entire day for me without powdering. And just like the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation, this lasts way longer on me if I use a gripping primer or a mattifying primer. If you wanted to try a dewy foundation, do look into this one. It is from Jason Wu, and it's, did I say that? I'm horrible, but I will link it down below. It's the Jason Wu Tinted Moisturizer meets CC Cream. I have mine in number 5, which is a really good shade match for me. It's really similar to the Charlotte Tilbury, according to me. I think they're very similar. Is it going to be a favorite? No. And also the Charlotte Tilbury is not a favorite. It's good, but the longevity just isn't 100% there for me. I think this is a really good quality mini palette. I'm not going to put it at the top. It doesn't matter how good quality it is. It's 5 brown shades. It's not happening. We all know it's not happening, but this is Natasha Denona mini bronzer palette. The quality is really good. I feel like this is one of those that I'd be like, you know, I've said this so many times, I love traveling with mini palettes. This could definitely be one of those. I wish that we didn't even have this. I wish that this was like a lighter shimmer, because I'm not gonna do a dark bronze on my lid. It's not happening. It's not in the stars. It's not gonna happen. It's not my journey. It's not what I do. This one, like, if it be just disappearing out of this palette and this be a quad, I'd like it even more. If you look at this and you're like, oh, that's exactly what I was looking for, and you don't want to like buy one of those really big ones from Natasha Denona, this is a really good quality. If this looks like it could be something for you, I'm here to let you know this is the normal good Natasha Denona quality. I'm really been enjoying this bronzer. This is the Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer in light level 4 from House Labs. I think this, so rude. I think this is a really good bronzer in a really nice packaging. The soft touch with the copper on the side, has a little mirror. This is like a magnetic closure. It's really nice, but I will say there's a couple of other bronzers that I've been loving more than this one, but I still think it's really good. But would I recommend a matte powder bronzer at this point? Hang tight. There's another one that I've been loving even more than this one, but if you don't like a scented bronzer, maybe go with this one instead, because it doesn't have any scent and the other one does. I've been so into lip stains lately, and this is the one from Fenty. I bought this just as it released, not knowing that it was going to be such a hit. I should have done a TikTok on this one, but I didn't. How was I supposed to know this was going to be such a hit? But this is the Fenty lip stain. I have mine in Popsicle, which is the orange one. Who's surprised? This really does stain your lips. Doesn't smell like anything. It feels really cooling and like watery on the lips. You can leave it on if you want to, or you can dab it off after just literally 30 seconds and you will have such a nice like stain on your lips, and you can go over with chapstick or lip gloss or lip oil and just gonna have that beautiful lip stain. I really like doing a lip stain in the inner part of my lips and then just doing a light lip liner on the outer part and then putting a lip gloss or a lip oil over, and for that reason these are amazing and I've really been enjoying this one, and I especially like that this one comes in orange. The orange color is really beautiful. I think these are still out of stock. Things can go really cray-cray at TikTok sometimes, let me tell you. Let's talk about the Nomad Cosmetics Fête de Provence palette. This is the palette that they came out with before they came out with the palette that they have out now, which is the Costa Rica Cloud Forest, I think. This one is based out of the region Provence in France, and it's just a beautiful palette that has like reds and yellows and more like these kind of more grungy gray purpley tones, and I think that this part of the palette I won't use. I've realized grays, they're not for me. I think grays look so good on others, but I really rarely reach for these kind of grayish shades. I mean, this dark one, the black one, it's like a charcoaly black. This one I would definitely use to deepen up these other things, but I don't love these kind of grayish tones on me, so this is a personal preference. I love these kind of colors and I love the looks that I did with this palette, but I will say that new palette, that is my favorite. That is my favorite Nomad palette ever, and if you like these kind of more dusty gray toned, you would love this, I'm sure of it. It's just not my preferred color scheme. It's a little bit different, but I don't think it's for me. I've been enjoying this NYX This Is Milky lip glosses so much that I now have three glosses. These I bought myself. This one I got in PR. I think everything else that I'm showing you here I bought myself. I got the one in Milk and Honey, and this does smell like milk and honey. This is the only one I brought to New York because I forgot to bring anything else. This is the mango lassi, and this smells like fresh mangoes. Honestly, it smells absolutely delicious. And then it's this one. This is my favorite one. This is a mint choc chip shake because it smells like chocolate mint. It smells so good. This I've been wearing even on days when I don't have makeup. I've been wearing this one. It has a little bit of a green tint to it, which is honestly just a little bit flattering. And it is a little bit of a milky undertone that I just think looks really good on the lips. And yeah, I really recommend these. If you've been wanting to try a gloss from the drugstore, if you've been wanting to try something that really smells lovely, I 1,000,000% recommend these. They smell like they say they're gonna smell. They have a cherry one that's red that I'm really eyeing because I really like a red lip gloss. I might actually buy that one. But yeah, I like the quality of these. They look nice, they feel nice, they smell nice, and they're affordable. Definitely recommend. If you know me and you know my preferences, you know that I love the quality from Nomad Cosmetics, and this is the new palette that's called the Primal palette. The only reason why this is in that top, because I love the quality of Nomad Cosmetics, is that it is a rainbow palette, and it is like another rainbow palette. And I do love the quality of the shadows here. I think these are really pretty, and I love that there's like a pastel row up here. I know that some people get extremely inspired when they look at really big palettes with a lot of options. I am kind of the opposite. I kind of like when stuff is a little bit more not toned down, but just edited in and reeled in. I like seeing somebody else's vision and then trying to make it my own. And I do love a good rainbow palette. I do think that everyone needs a rainbow palette in their collection. If you don't have one, this is a great one. Like, it's high quality. Shimmers are amazing. You have like mid-tones, dark ones, and you have pastels, and a black and a white to deepen up and lighten up with, which is great. I just cannot be inspired by another rainbow palette. Maybe I'm like over rainbow. I'm not over rainbow palettes. I just wish that Nomad Cosmetics would do something else as well, because they do this so well and this is great. I just want to see another vision. Let's talk about more Haus Labs. I was really impressed by Haus Labs. This is the highlighter formula. This is called the that's not what it's called. Bio Radiant Gel Powder Highlighter. I have it in 2 shades. This one is the Fire Opal one, and it's just a little bit of an orangey, corally, golden duochrome thing. This I use as a glowy blush because it has that orange undertone. So for me, this is a very glowy blush. And then I also have it in Golden Pyrite. That is more of a, am I using these on different fingers now? But this is like a neutral gold on me, on my skin tone. Golden Pyrite, yes. Let me put this one here. So this is what they look like, and you can tell, I mean, this is just so glowy and pretty and perfect. And I feel like this one, of course I don't pack it on this much on the cheeks, but I feel like this one just melts in with my skin. This one is more like a blush. This is one of those formulas that I definitely can see, not glitter, but I can see the sparkle if you come in low light. I think it looks absolutely stunning. Like, look at that. I really like these, and if they come out with more colors, I could see myself buying even more because I like them. I happen to think that the new Anastasia Nouveau palette is really good quality, and honestly a fairly interesting color story for being ABH, like the big brand. I just don't think it's gonna be my favorite color story, but I will say the things that I have done with this palette I've really been enjoying, and I think the quality is amazing. I will try and link a couple of the videos that I have corresponding with these things, especially with some of the palettes. I have dedicated videos. I have a dedicated video on the Haus Labs, for example. If I have anything, I will link it down below if you want to see some swatches, if you want to see some looks. This one I have both a like 1 palette 2 looks, and I have a get ready with me with this one, and honestly it's really good quality. Like, this is ABH at its best when it comes to this quality. The color scheme isn't 100% what I always go for. I will say today I'm fairly muted in my color choices, and for those days this palette is beautiful. I love the packaging. It is a killer palette. Had this been a little bit more of a dramatic color story, this might have been even more at the top, but I can't deny the quality is really there. I was so surprised when I tried Tarte Cosmetics finally. at the quality of the products. I don't have all of the products here. I have a couple of things to review with me today, and I'll review the other things in my next one because sometimes I don't get to using products as much as other ones. This one I have used a lot, so I thought I was ready to review this one, let's say. This is the Breezy Cream Cheek Duo in Pink Sands and Seychelles, and this is beautiful. This is exactly what I was talking about when it comes to like cream bronze formula. This is blendable and buildable, but still not too opaque. There's a little sheerness to it so that it can be very forgiving. It works with a brush, it works with a sponge. It's absolutely stunning. This one works really good just with your finger as well. This is like a corally warm pink with some gold sheen to it. Not like glitter chunks, but just a really nice, two really nice products in a really nice packaging. I'm impressed. I am really, really impressed. And even though most things that come to Tarte isn't like bold or daring enough to be 100% what I look for, I can't deny that the quality of this one is great. And I feel the same about these new box blushes from Benefit. At first you're like, oh, blushes, but honestly, these are so freaking good. It's crazy. They're so freaking good. It's crazy. I really love these blushes. These are the ones that I've been using. These are the 4 shades that I decided to keep for myself. The other ones some of them I already given away. Some of them I'm saving for future giveaways. This Krista one is like a shimmery, super, super bright like coral. It is so beautiful. I've used this in quite some videos. Willa is more like a muted mauve. This also has a little like shimmer to it. The sheen is so perfect. It is just enough. Not so much that it's metallic. I don't mind that, but I know not everyone likes it. And no chunks. And it's just, this glides on. It's like a sheer but buildable formula that is the perfect amount of pigmentation. And it's just so beautiful. This is of course my favorite. It's the orange one called Butterfly. These have that like, these have the same scent that I think, if you have ever tried some blushes from Benefit, you probably know what I'm talking about. It is that like fresh laundry detergent scent. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. It's not overpowering. Like I can't smell it here. I have to really get in there to smell it. This one is really beautiful as well, and this is a darker one that I saved. This is a golden brick red blush. Ooh, this is Terra. Look at that. Ooh. All of the ones I saved were shimmers. There are matte blushes as well, but we all know that I am a shimmer blush queen, and they really nailed the sheeny formula in a very effortless and beautiful way, and I'm so impressed. I really am so impressed. I know I've told you before, but I can remind you that Benefit actually gave me an affiliate code so that you can get, I think it's 10 or 15% off the Benefit website. You don't have to wait for an Ulta sale or a VIB sale. If you want to get some things from Benefit, if you want to stock up on some brow products or maybe your favorite mascara, you can buy it from the website. I will leave my code down below and you can save some money and not have to wait for a sale. I cannot recommend these blushes enough, and especially the sheeny formula. It's so good. There are a few lip products that I try that I'm so impressed with that I immediately feel the need to go and buy a new one. This is Haus Labs Le Monster Lip Crayon 2.0. This is a lip crayon that is I would say that this is like a comfort matte. It looks like a matte on the lips with a little bit of an almost like, not satin, more like a velvet sheen. Like there's something to it and it just goes on, glides on beautifully. I think there's some silicones in this one, and I mean that in the best way possible. It glides on, it feels beautiful. You can put on a sheer layer, you can build it up. It is beautiful. I have this one in Peach Matte. This is Peach Matte. And when I was in New York with my husband, he was like, do you want to go to Sephora? And I was like, I want to go to Sephora. And the only thing I said, like, there's one thing that I would like to look at, because I wanted to look at these colors in real life because I knew I wanted to get another one. And I think I got Current Matte, and I am wearing it in the vlog, and I'm also wearing it in a video that I've had here on my channel. Is this beautiful muted red that is just so gorgeous. I will put the shade down below as well, and I do not regret buying another shade. I really like this formula. I hope there are more shades to come. I hope there are more brown leaning nudes to come, because I feel like there wasn't a lot of like nudes. There were more like pinky or peachy or red tone, which is pretty, don't get me wrong, but a bitch loves her brown lips. We're in the top 3. You're probably going to be a little surprised when you see my top 3. This is the Colourpop in the Springs. I can't help it, I love this palette. I bought this palette myself, although Colourpop did give me an affiliate code since then, and my affiliate code is Angelica if you buy from Colourpop. I love the color combo of orange and blue. Orange and blue is 2 of my favorite eyeshadow colors, and this palette has 2 of my favorite types of colors. A really bright yellowy leaning orange. Love it. I love an orange that is so yellow that you're like, but is it a yellow? No, it's an orange. But is it a yellow? I love those kind of colors. And it has a pastel matte that is so pigmented that you can pack it on and use it as a lid color or use it as an inner corner highlight. Absolutely love it. It also goes from really light to really dark in the matte spectrum. I've realized that all of my favorite palettes as of late, what I am looking for is a palette that goes from really light to really dark in the matte category. Everything else in between, you do whatever you want. Listen, you do what you feel is necessary. I just want something really dark and something really light. I also like that there is neutral options. If you want to go neutral, you can go all orange, you can go all blue, you can have some shimmers. These are just incredible, and I've really been enjoying this palette, and I've been dipping into this palette quite a lot. My favorite color is this one, quickly followed by this one. Will say there is one color here that I don't love as much as the other ones, and it's this one that is called Intense. It is a beautiful color. It works perfectly fine, but it is not as pigmented as the other colors. And for me, I feel like the difference is that this feels like it's more harder pressed. I don't know if it's like that for you. If you have this palette, let me know if you feel the same, that this one is a little harder to pick up. But all in all, I like this color story a lot. If you like oranges and blues, this color, ugh, kind of want to wear it now. I love it. Okay, number 2, and this is the bronzer that I've been talking about. This is the new Jaclyn Hill matte bronzer. I have had to force myself to put this one down because I want to use it every day. I love this formula. I love this color on me. It is a warm color. You can see that it's a little orange leaning, but I love that. I love a warm color, but this bronzer actually comes in quite a few colors. I have it in tan lines, and I love it. And it smells like coffee. Yes, it smells like coffee, and that's what I said about the other bronzer. If you don't like something that smells, there are other good matte bronzers on the market too. The one from House Labs is good, the one from Charlotte Tilbury is good, the one from Juvia's Place is good if you were looking for a matte bronzer. But this one, not only is it not sheer, but it is opaque. It's a perfect balance between sheer and opaque, and it is buildable and it is blendable, and it is so forgiving on the face. It's so easy to put on and blend, and it smells absolutely lovely, and I love this color on me. And they also have a couple of other colors. Like I said, I think they have 5 colors all in all, and I'm fairly sure that one of the colors is pretty cool toned if you prefer something like that. I don't, but if you do. This is the bronzer that I've probably been using the most lately because I really enjoy it, and I think that I still love, I have it here. This is my favorite product from Jaclyn Cosmetics. It is the loose, glowy finishing powder. It is such a good product. Honestly, it's 10 out of 10, but this, closely followed by this one. This is my second favorite product from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I think she did really good with this one. Never ever did I think that the day would come when I put a Tarte product at the top. I know, pigs really do fly. Hell has frozen over. The world is ending. Here we are. This is the Maracuja Juicy, Maracuja? Am I saying that correctly? It feels wrong. Maracuja Juicy, Maracuja? Kusha? I need help, send help. Maracuja Juicy Glow highlighter from Tarte. I have mine in Champagne Glow. I'm fairly sure that this is number 2. Mine is so well used. Let me see if I can put it somewhere where we're not disrupting. Oh, you can see it is very high shine, but it's a really good shade for me. And what I really like about this one, did I just try to put it on the wrong side? What I really like about this product is that you can draw it on from the stick and you can blend it out. Look at that. And it just becomes this non-glittery, non-sparkly, juicy glow. Like you just had 8 hours of sleep, You're so hydrated, just came back from a vacation, nothing stresses you out. This is the glow you're having. It just looks so nice on your cheeks. I've used this in videos. I have a TikTok, or is it even on my Instagram? I'm not 100% sure exactly where it is, but I have like short things on it. I try to put it in different places where I'm using this highlighter. I am so thoroughly impressed with this formula and how beautiful and effortless and believable it looks. I feel like this is the perfect balance between lit from within and really highlighted. So I feel like this product would appeal to both people that love a neutral look, because you can use this on its own. You don't have to set it. You can use it without foundation, but it also looks really good on top of foundation. This is so forgiving that you can even use it if you forgot and you powdered, which I have done, and I've still used it and I've still loved it. It is just a very well formulated product in a really nice packaging with a really nice option. Like there's a lot of like color options to choose from, and I'm just very impressed. I'm very impressed by this product. I can already tell you that this is going to be like best of 2022. I love this product. I love how it looks. I love how it sits on the cheeks. I think it's great. That's number one. Did you ever think I was gonna have a Tarte product as number one? Because I didn't think that. I didn't think that that was gonna happen. And that was everything for this video. Please let me know if you tried any stellar products, or if you tried any duds. Is there something you think I should be trying out? Is there something I should be staying clear of? Would love to hear all about it. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you again tomorrow for a new video. Bye!